Have you ever listened to the sounds? Just start listening to what's around you. It's awesome. The sound, the audio, it's a wonderful thing, but it also can ruin your video. So today we're going to go ahead and talk about video and the sounds. So while you go ahead and watch the video, I'm going to lay back here, listen to some more sounds. I got a little bird up here, he's chirping and singing the songs to me. So enjoy the video today. Hey, today we're going to go ahead and cover audio basics. And before we get much further, I want to go ahead and mention that I feel that today we're not even going to go ahead and scratch the surface of the world of the audio. There is such a big world, there's so much to it. And I feel that the audio is so much underrated in all the videos and everybody's doing right now. So, I mean, I've watched the guys out there who do all the audio part of it, and they are just amazing. I look at them and go, wow. And for you starting today, when you're thinking about doing your podcasting, your streaming, your filming, whatever you're working on right there, you got to start thinking about your location for your audio. Are you indoors? Are you in the studio? Are you outdoors? What equipment are you going to need when you're in those locations? So, first one we'll go ahead and look at today is when you're outdoors. A great one that everybody likes, is the shotgun mic. This is a perfect one to use outside. It works really good in those cases. Now, when you're outside, another big problem you're going to run into is wind. So, they came up with a nice little invention called a dead cat. They've nicknamed it that. But what you do is you just slide it right over your mic right on the end there, and it goes in and filters out a lot of the wind noise. When I first thought about that and I tried that, I thought, it's not going to work. It's not going to filter out that much noise, but it actually does work really good. Now, another one I like, and if you notice I have one clipped on right here, is called a lavalier. These work great for outside work. All you do is you just clip them right on and plug them right in, and they go ahead and work. It's got a little bit of foam thing right on the end here. Go ahead and help with a little bit of the ruffling, but that doesn't help you with the wind. They do make a little dead cat for one of these too, right there. So they do come with them. But now, what if I'm going to go ahead and start coming indoors? What equipment, sound equipment do I use? Well, you're right back to the shotgun mic again. You just come in, put it on your device, aim it in front of it right at where you want to pick up the sound from. Now this one here does have a battery inside it, and you do have to have a little switch that turns it on. Now normally that is not the case. Most of them is just plug them right in and they work, but this one here does have that. Now let's go ahead and look. They do come in all sizes. This one is a lot smaller than that one right there. So then they do range anywhere from $20, $30 all the way up to a couple $100. And this little guy here, he's just the easy one. You just plug him right in. If you've seen some of my videos already, you've already heard this little guy. He does a really good job. He kind of follows me around the room and does different stuff like that. Now, coming back to the lavalier here is one thing. You can use it on the inside. And this one here just happens to have a nice little device right on it. If you look right here, there's a little switch right there. Top part says camera, bottom one says smartphone. It also does work with PC and tablets. So you can just flip it between the different ones you need. This one, again, this one's got about a 20-foot cord on it. So he can fit pretty much anywhere. I can put any camera in this room here and I'm going to be able to reach him. But you just slide him up into your shirt, pin him onto your shirt, however you want there. A lot of people will go ahead and pin it under the shirt. They'll take the little top right off, make it real tiny. They'll tape it right onto the shirt so you don't even see it anymore and it's completely invisible under there. So we'll go ahead and set him back over there. Now, working indoors, you may go to, especially with podcasting or streaming, you may want a desktop one. Let's go ahead and bring this one over here. This one is one that I highly recommend, and I like this one a lot. This one is called a Blue Yeti. And as you can see from here, if the little red light is on, that means he's on. If you push the button, you see the button blinking, that means he's on mute. And you can turn him right back off again. Now the Blue Yeti does come with a little stand. I happen to go ahead and take this one off, and I went ahead and set him onto this arm right here so I can move him back and forth here. Another thing you're going to notice with him, especially when it comes to sound, is a lot of them you're going to see what they call a pop filter. This is in front to get rid of the P sound. that when you're talking, when you're breathing and your breath comes out and hits the mic hits it. A lot of these mics, the shotgun mic, the little lavalier, even the Yeti, are very sensitive. This little guy here stunned me one day. I was sitting there using it, put him on the camera, I was filming, and I did the whole scenario and did the whole thing with him. And I went back to turn it back on and listen to the audio on it. And I started hearing flop, 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 flop as I was walking across the floor. I had some slippers on that were making a hard noise across a hard floor. And I couldn't believe what I was actually hearing, how loud and how much little detail they pick up. That's why within like the Blue Yeti here, he does have a jack for the bottom to go ahead and put a set of headphones on, as a lot of them do. So you can go ahead and hear ahead of time. It's always good to go ahead and check your audio before you go ahead and start filming, and do a quick check to make sure everything's working good. Now, to show you about this one here, how easy a lot of these are, this one is just plug a little cable in the bottom of them, and I'll show you what I've got them hooked into. These a lot of times you don't see this because it's sitting off to the side here. This is plugged into my computer over here. So he comes from here, he runs down, and just a USB plug in the side. He's just plug and play, and I go ahead and get the sound and everything right from here. Anytime the computer's on, he's on and working, and I've got Audacity here that I hook right into, and I hit my record button, and I use this one as my main record one. A lot of times if I'm not, you don't see a lavalier clipped onto me, or if I'm hiding it, you won't know about it at that point, but this one does the work right here. Now he does have a volume in front, and he does have a gain button in the back that I can go ahead and filter out a lot of the noises that are around me, especially within the environment you're here. One thing you don't hear right now is right outside the window to the right of me here is a big air conditioning unit running. And we've gone ahead and filtered that out already, so that's working out really good. He does have the cover to go ahead and fill the pop filter out. This one has a pop filter in the front of it. This one has it on top of it. We go ahead and use there. Now, something I did want to mention today is condenser filters. I do not have any here, but those are ones that do have a big cable connected on the bottom. They usually run into a box that's off to the side that the cables run into. And you can usually connect multiples, and they usually have gain filters and stuff that you can go ahead and control on them, and then they run to the computer from there. Now, the main advantage over here is they cost a lot more, but you get a lot more in audio quality out of them. So something to think about. And again, the range on something like this compared to those, they jump up anywhere from $500, $1,000, $2,000. You can get into the range of those. Where these ones generally, the little USB connection ones, they usually around $100 is normal for them. This one is the basic one, your basic Yeti. They do make a Pro version. Now, I did take a look at both of them when I first started, and I was thinking, which one do I want to get? Do I want to get the regular one, or do I want to get the Pro? Listen to the audio out of both of them. I tested both of them. Honestly, I couldn't find a difference. To me, they both sounded just the same. So I went with the basic one here. So something to think about when you're going ahead and get those too. Okay, one other thing I wanted to go ahead and mention here is I've always noticed on it, especially with a lot of these desktop mics or the podcasting mics, is a little mistake that a lot of people make is they go ahead and they talk into it straight into it this way, when they don't realize that the mic actually gets it from the front, not the top. A lot of the people, when you see them up on stage and stuff and they're talking to microphones, it's a different type of microphone. With a lot of these desktop ones or these podcasting ones, they actually project from the front. Now this one has a little dial in the back with the settings for the cardio, and it can make it so it can get everything around it, to the sides, or just to the front. Now I have set this one here just to the front, so when I can talk here, it hears me in the front of it, but it doesn't pick up the noise behind it. Now, one big drawback with the Blue Yeti or a lot of these desktop ones is I can't walk around with them. It's kind of stuck here. I'm kind of stuck at this point here. So let's move it out of the way there. And they do have a little option for that. Now, another one is a little recorder. This one here is a Sony UX570. And all you need to do is just go ahead and turn it on. I'll go ahead and switch this one on here. And it's powering up right there. And the nice thing about this one here is I can go ahead and record this way with it. It'll pick it up from its little microphones on the top. But mainly what I use this one for is I go ahead and I plug a lavalier into it. Now, how easy is this? Plug a lavalier into it, clip it onto my lapel right there, and all I have to do is hit record. From that point there, it has a little lock switch on the side. Once I flip the little lock switch, it go ahead and set it so none of the buttons can be changed or do anything. At that point, I just go ahead and drop it into somebody's pocket or my pocket, and I go ahead and do my filming. When I'm done, nothing's been changed, unlock the button, hit stop on the record, and it'll go ahead and stop it. Now, another option there for recorders is the Zoom H1N. This is a very popular one here. A lot of people out there are using this one right now. So this one does exactly the same thing that the Sony would do, but a little bit more. It will also go ahead and I can, for a little threaded point in the back, I can hook it onto a little tripod stand and move it around and have it follow that way. I also have a boom arm from the little top there. I can get it and have it hang from the top and record just out of this picture there. Another option is too, I have a little boot that goes on the top of it, a little foam thing for definitely like a pop filter that goes on top of this one. And I can go ahead and use it as a microphone. And when you're carrying it around and putting it in somebody's face or something, it actually looks like a microphone. You can go ahead and use it that way. Now, a lot of the different hardware and stuff I've actually showed you today, we haven't gone into a lot of detail on it because this is an audio video right here. I will go ahead and do one on the hardware here probably within the near future. A lot of the stuff we've seen today, I'll go ahead and put it on, and I'll put it in the description with the full names and links for them when I go ahead and do that. So that is something, if you want to learn a little bit more, one of these items you're actually thinking about getting yourself, go ahead and wait for that video to come out, and I should have that here in the near future. Okay, now our next part. Do you hear an echo? If you're filming and you start getting echoing from the room that you're in, that you went ahead and start setting up your studio and everything, and you're starting to get a really bad echoing sound, there is a few things you can do to go ahead and help stop that or help prevent it. Now, one, if you have a wooden floor down below you, I would suggest go ahead and put like a throw rug or something down there. That will help with that and some of the noise. What you're getting is you're getting the volume bouncing off hard surfaces that are around you. So the more soft surfaces and different things you can bring into the room will help stop that. Now, another one you could do is if you're speaking to a mic and you're doing a podcast like we're doing here and you're getting an echo, one of the ways is bring yourself closer to the mic. That'll help bring down a little bit of the echo sound that you're getting there. That's one way. Another one is those little gray foam that you see. They're called audio foam that you go ahead and see on the walls and stuff. People start going ahead and put them around the wall, and that'll help deaden the sound there. Also, the more furniture you can bring into the room, the less it will keep the sound bouncing off different things. It'll give something. Now, another thing you can do is put like a quilt or a comforter and hang them up along the walls there. That'll go ahead and stop that also. So those are different things you can do. I would say a heavy towel. Now, from here you can't see it, but you notice there's like a green wall off to the left of me here. That's actually, this was an old bedroom here, and that was the bed that was here. That's actually up against the wall, and it makes a nice good blockage right there. So for getting rid of the echo sound, those are just a few things you can go ahead and do right there. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at step 3 of our audio basic today. And the big question is going to be, what if my audio is too loud? Now, let's go ahead and see if I can answer that question for you. Let's take a look back at the back side of the camera again, and we'll take a quick shot of there and see if I can go ahead and answer that for you. Okay, looking at the back of the camera here, let's go ahead and bring it up so we can go ahead and take a look at the sound recording part right here we want to go ahead and see. And what you're looking for is those little bars right there, and then go ahead and set your sensitivity on it. Now, on this one here, I've got to set it manual. And what you can do is come over here to recording level, and you can go ahead and just go ahead and try to drop that down right there. We'll go ahead and bring it into it, and we'll start bringing it down. And what that does is, as you can see, it goes ahead and controls it to where my volume doesn't peak up anymore. Once I'm set on that, I can go ahead and just click on it and call it good right there. Okay, now that I hope I answered your question on what if my audio is too loud, but now let's take a look back, flip it the other way, and what if my audio is too low? Well, a lot of your, like the Yeti here, your podcasting mics and stuff, a lot of them have right on the front there a little volume dial. So you can go ahead and turn the volume up on that. Even my little one back over here, I can't really see, it's buried under there, but it's got 2 little volume controls, actually for a right and left side, because it does, it's in stereo there, it has one of those. Now, even switching right to the little Sony here, right on the side, he's got a little volume control. So if you're using the lavalier, you can do that. Even the Zoom has it over here, volume control on the side. So that should help you with a lot of your audio. If it's too low, you just go ahead and bring them up. Even the software that you go ahead and plug a lot of these into will have control on it for audio, so you can work that way too. Well, that goes ahead and complete our audio video basics thing for today. I want to thank everybody for going ahead and watching the video, and I've got more of them coming in the future just like this one. So what I'd like to ask you to do is if you can go ahead and give me a big thumbs up, that would be greatly appreciated. Or you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button and go ahead and see some of the other new ones I've got coming out, and hit that notification bell so you can get a little notification when I go ahead and do that. Well, again, I want to go ahead and thank you and have a great day.